Our next speaker is Cindy Pinkerton, a member of Holy Spirit Parish, and Cindy is now a pediatric nurse practitioner caring for the underprivileged in the Grace Med ministry. I'm sure she'll have insights to share with us this evening.
Have you ever wanted something that you could ward off all the evil around you? Have armor and a sword to protect you from all the arrows that the world is throwing at you all the time? Mary has given us these protections along with a promise of help in this life and the next. Her sword is the rosary and armor is the brown scapular. I want to tell you a few things about the brown scapular tonight that I hope will increase your desire to use the sacramental. On the morning of July 16, 1251, a Carmelite monk named Simon was praying to the Mother of Carmel for her help and protection as the order was being persecuted. He had a vision of the Mother of God, surrounded by a multitude of angels and holding a full scapular of the Carmelite order. She said, "Take this scapular. Whosoever dies wearing it shall not suffer eternal fire. It shall be a sign of salvation, a protection in danger, and a pledge of peace." The Blessed Virgin of Mount Carmel has promised to save those who wear the scapular from the fires of hell. She will shorten their stay in purgatory if they should pass from this world still owing some debt of punishment, by going into purgatory on the Saturday after their death to lead them to everlasting life. This promise was given to Pope John XXII in 1322 in a visit from the Blessed Virgin. The Blessed Virgin gave conditions which must be fulfilled to obtain these promises. 1. Enroll in the confraternity of the brown scapular and wear it with intentionality. 2. Observe chastity according to one's state in life, whether married or single. And 3. Recite daily the little office of the Blessed Virgin, or observe the fast and abstinence of the Church, or, with permission of a priest, say 5 decades of the Holy Rosary, or substitute some other good works. When the brown scapular started, it was part of the full habit of the Carmelite order. Think of the habit of the IHM sisters, but make the flappy part brown wool, and you get a picture of the original. It then evolved into smaller ornate pieces of wool that were worn by the Carmelite laity on Sundays and feast days. When it came into more popular usage, it changed to what we wear today. Wool used to be the cloth of the poor. Carmelite constitutions said that the habit had to be made of wool, and therefore the scapular had to be made of wool. But wool is no longer the cloth of the poor, and now the constitutions allow the Carmelites to make habits of cloth suitable to poverty and the climate. Therefore, scapulars can be made of any material. It should be worn, if decorated, with a Marian symbol in the back and the shield in the front. If your original scapular wears out, the following ones do not need to be blessed. However, the sacramental does need to be properly disposed of by burial or burning. I like to bury my sacramentals around my house, so that the blessings obtained through them can protect my family. But that's another topic for another day. The brown scapular does not need to be made of wool or have pictures, but a metal scapular needs to have an image of the Sacred Heart on one side and Our Lady on the other. So this may seem like a good luck charm, a get-out-of-jail-free card, or a license to sin, and just wear my little scrap of brown wool later. I know what I was thinking when I first heard these promises. Lord, let me please die on a Friday. It is, in fact, a sacramental, a symbol of devotion and yoke of obedience to Our Lady of Mount Carmel, whose feast we celebrate on July 16th. You have to not be in mortal sin at death, do daily prayer and sacrifice, and you need to be enrolled in the confraternity of the brown scapular and wear it. I wear my brown scapular daily as a reminder that I belong to Mary and have her maternal protection in this life and the next, and as an incentive to imitate Our Lady's virtue of humility, chastity, and prayerfulness. I have days when I do not remember that I have it on, and others that it gets tangled up in my clothes or hits the back of my neck and I swat at it, hoping it's not a bug. Usually it is just Mary's gentle reminder of something. I've had many conversations about that brown thing around my neck with people who have no idea who Mary really is and how she can help everyone. I actually feel a little naked and fearful if I do not have my armor on. There are many miracles of people being saved by the brown scapular. One is of a demon being cast out by Saint Simon not long after he received the gift of the scapular from Mary. Another is of soldiers on battlefields being saved by the armor of their scapular. Of course, on October 13, 1917, Mary appeared in Fatima wearing a brown Carmelite habit and scapular, and 70,000 people saw the sun dance that day. Also, when St. John Paul the Great was shot in 1981, he insisted that his brown scapular not be removed during his surgery, and had a miraculous recovery. To Father Gobi, Mary tells us that, "I clothe you in virtue. You acquire from me a taste for prayer of adoration, thanksgiving, and reparation. And also, I will take you each day along the way of my Son, so his fullness may increase in you." Increasing Jesus' fullness in me and help with prayer are certainly great reasons to keep my brown scapular. I love the protected feeling that I have from my Mama Mary and the knowledge that Satan hates me wearing it. Thank you.